you're a senior designer working on websites or apps, Claude Code just might be a game changer for you. Right now, you're able to use designs you make in Claude Code and link them directly to layered and structured design files in Figma. Let's check it out. If you saw my previous video, you would have seen me generate this dashboard using Claude Code in 2 or 3 basic English prompts. What we can now do is link Claude Code to Figma through an MCP service and ask it to pull this fully coded design into Figma for fine-tuning on your end. Once you're in your project directory, all you need to do is prompt Claude to use the Figma MCP plugin to recreate this project inside of Figma. You can see here that it's correctly identified the MCP and which tool inside the MCP server to use. I'll simply select the project that I want the file to be created in, and we can see here it select the tool and create the new file. Then it will ultimately open up this file in the web and capture the design and ultimately pull it into Figma as a layered document. So here you can see it's generated the URL that I can open up in Figma. Here we are inside the Figma link that Claude Code generated for us. And if you're familiar with Figma, you can see we have a fully layered and editable design. So you could come in and, as you normally would, change things as you need, all thanks to Claude Code in just a couple of minutes. Fully editable Figma designs. If we go back to Claude Code, we can take this one step further and actually have Claude Code create a style guide for this project and add that to Figma too. Like it did before, it'll identify and select the right tool from the Figma MCP and ultimately create a style guide based on that tool selection. Over the next 4 minutes, what happened was Claude Code ultimately created a new HTML file in the format of a style guide and then wrote that directly to Figma. So as we're back in the file, we can now see our original dashboard on the left, and we can now find this design system with all the colors labeled for you to link into Figma variables. We can see things like text, logos, as well, border radius, buttons, navigation items correctly pulled out, and ultimately, all of your core design components. So it's not only just used for, so in this case, here we've created our entirely own new asset directly into Figma in just minutes. Now, what if I want to go the other way? So in this case, I've got a FigJam file with some notes on some AI tools, as well as some custom notes that I've put in. What we can do here is copy and paste this URL into Claude Code and have it take data or take designs from the file that we're copying into this Claude Code environment. So if I'll post this in here and I'll ask Claude to consolidate these notes into its own markdown file so we can reference it in further builds. So we're going to let Claude once again do its thing and ultimately generate the markdown file in this. And we can see it's already correctly identified the necessary tool to get that information, and it'll start building the markdown file. And it's happening pretty quickly. We can already see this docs has been generated. So that's a new folder. And here we go, AI tools. And we've got everything from that FigJam board in here. And you can see, there's my custom note that I said N8N is a must-learn tool, which is what I wrote on this card. So this would be really handy if you're working with other designers and want to bring back notes, designs, or feedback back into Claude Code for you to expand upon. That's it from me today. If you're a designer that's working in Figma and want to understand Claude Code better, shoot me a message and I'd love to help you out.